Hey, LeBron, DC Livers, Black Press Radio. Well, I really don't have to ask you about quarantine. I think most of us saw how you were doing it. What's it feel like to be back? I mean, was it hard to leave?
Yeah, I mean, for the first time, probably since I was maybe 12 or 13, that I had that much downtime without playing basketball or not knowing when we were going to get back on the floor. So, it gave me an opportunity to be home, make up a lot of time that I've lost over the years because I've been playing in this league and striving to be, one of the greatest, if not the greatest, to ever play this game. So, sacrificing my family at times, was the most challenging and hardest part about it all. So, for the last 4 months or however long we've been off since March, gave me an opportunity just to be with my kids, be with my wife, spend time with my family, and just kind of rejoice in that moment. So, leaving Thursday, leaving my family, leaving my kids, leaving my wife was very challenging, kind of emotional at the same time. But they truly understood it, that it was time for,
But in general, as everybody's talking, Black Twitter, I mean, the Black community, it's a little bit different for us watching you guys play basketball, as so many African Americans are deeply impacted financially, medically, in so many ways by COVID and everything that's going on. Did you give any thought to not playing at all? I know some players didn't feel like it was the right time. Did you give any thought to that at all?
Never crossed my mind that we did not need to play this beautiful game of basketball that brings so many people together, that brings happiness, that brings joy to the households, to so many, families, from kids that's just born, where they're born and their parents put on their favorite team's clothing, to all the way to where you're 60, 70, 80 years old and you're just thinking about the game from a sport. And this is all about sport. And I'm happy to be a part of one of the biggest sports in the world, and that's the game of basketball. And I'm happy to have a platform where not only people will gain joy from the way I play the game, from the way our team play the game, but for also what I'm able to do off the floor as well. So, being able to use my platform, use the NBA's platform to continue to talk about what's going on, because I will not stop until I see real change for us as Black America, for African Americans, for people of color. And I also believe I can do both, though. I can bring happiness to a lot of homes with the way I play the game and the way the Lakers is going to play the game. And I will continue to push the envelope and continue to keep my foot on the gas on creating real change for us as people of color in America.
Obviously Black Twitter is ablaze and they're having a lot of conversations about the players and everything, but most importantly, they're talking a lot about you getting back with J.R. Smith. What's it been like for you? What's the chemistry like?
It's like we never left. We pick right up where we left off. It's almost like, you have AAU. And when I was growing up, we had AAU days, and then, once the AAU season is over, you kind of go back to your respective cities and things of that nature, and then AAU season starts back up again that next spring, and it's like you never left, and that's what the kind of the feeling is. We got back together. Feel like we've been together for years, even though this is our first year together, but it feels like we've been together for years, and it's just happy to see all my brothers and doing what we love to do best, like I said, and that's playing a game of basketball and doing it for one another.
So, Bron, I know a lot of people have had stuff to say about you deciding not to wear Black Lives Matter or any of those things on your jersey. And if I'm being honest, myself included, I really kind of did have a problem in the beginning when I thought about it, with you deciding not to wear that. I mean, I have a little bit of trepidation about it even now because of your position and because we spent so much time during the quarantine, watching you TikTok dance, and, kind of it felt, watching from the outside, like there was not as much attention to it, COVID and just the financial devastation that racism brings. But, I guess now that I'm thinking about it, I guess, maybe you'll be able to use your platform in the NBA in a better way too. So, but I've worked with you guys for a while. I mean, you and Carmelo, Dwayne Wade and CP3, you guys have pretty much led the way in the league, I believe, on, civil rights. And you had the slogan about it's bigger than basketball. What is it like for you right now? Should we feel optimistic? Should we feel like change is happening? How do you feel about it?
It's funny that you say that because, this is the mission I've been on for a long time now. And it's great that now a lot of people's ears are opening. A lot of people are understanding. A lot of people are recognizing, a lot of people still don't get it, and a lot of people are still afraid to talk about it. But the racism that goes on in America, especially for my people, people of color, is still here. And but we have some ears. We have some ears, and we will continue to, like I said, to push the envelope and letting people know that we are human as well. No matter our skin color, no matter how we look, no matter how we sound, we don't want to just be used for our God-given ability as far as our talent on the floor, our talents in the music industry, our talents in the industry as far as clothing and things of that nature, but we also want to be recognized for our talent with our brains, because that's what we are. We are humans just like everybody else, and we should be treated that way. So this has been my mission, and obviously you see that what I do in my community with my IPS school, what I've been doing for years in my hometown, and any place that I go, I try to give back and give that knowledge. So, but the good thing now, we have more ears and more people are listening to what's going on. So that's the NBA and Adam Silver and everyone that had anything to do with this. They took all precautionary measures to make sure that we as a league, as safe as we can be. Obviously, in anything that you do, there can be things that could happen, but we will cross that line if it happens. But we're doing everything from a league, from every franchise, to make sure everyone stays safe during COVID, during this pandemic. But I believe in Adam Silver. He has given me no reason to never not believe him since he took over. And I believe in our franchise that we're doing everything that we can to stay safe. So I have no concerns, unless concerns was started to happen, and we cross that bridge if it happens. But I'm here 100%. In great health, and I'm looking forward to getting back on the floor.
You are listening to Hood Rules Apply Podcast. Hood Rules Apply Podcast was brought to you by...
In 2018, Black millennials spent nearly $1 billion on bottled water. At the same time, Flint still doesn't have clean water. Introducing Melanade, exclusively from Black Content Factory. Twice a year, we'll donate water to residents of Flint to help provide clean water. Plus, we'll reach out to schools in underprivileged neighborhoods to provide access to Melanade water. Invest in you by investing in us. Visit Melanade.com to learn how to make sure Melanade is available in your neighborhood. Let's all do our part. Please join the Melanade movement. Melanade, water for us.
To advertise on Hood Rules Apply Podcast, call 646-450-4249 or email blackpress@gmail.com.